Aloha, you're listening to the Rolling Vets podcast by veterans for veterans and civilians alike. I am Lucas Moss, your co-host. I am flanked by my Marine veteran peer, Chris Ellis. We would like to extend an invitation to you, the listener, to journey inside of our realm to discover what it means to be a rolling vet.
And we are back.
We sure are. We sure are. You and I. Tango too. You know what I'm saying? Takes two to tango.
How
And
you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's a fucking easy living. Easy living over here, bro. What about you?
I'm doing great, man. Just put my little man to bed about an hour ago. Now I'm here
Okay.
talking to you.
Doing daddy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking feel that. I have my little fur son, my dog over here, doing raider things. That's what he's doing. But yeah, man. So we're back. We're gonna start getting on a regular schedule now. It's pretty exciting stuff. Revamping the whole rolling vets thing. It's gonna be great. We have some exciting guests scheduled coming up. We have an exciting episode coming up as well next month, which is our 1 year anniversary slash kind of like Marine Corps traditional, like Marine Corps birthday episode. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. I might even fucking throw on the blues for that. Who
Oh
knows?
shit. I'm just doing I'm just doing the cover.
Yeah, I'll probably do a cover or something. I'm not sure if I'm gonna sit in that fucking uncomfortable thing all day or maybe throw on some camis. Who knows?
I probably
We'll
can't
see.
fit into it.
We'll see how dangerous I'm feeling. But yeah, and we're gonna talk some Marine Corps shit that day. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. That's gonna be really exciting. Talk some Marine Corps history, and the richness of it and why out of all the branches for the most part that the Marine Corps is usually the more traditionalistic branch. Like they like to keep the customs and to keep the traditions more so than you would think that the Navy or some of the older branches as well than do. I feel like a lot of those branches are more so progressive nowadays than the Marine Corps and yeah, and so the just the history of the Marines, it holds a lot of weight um it nowadays, or especially like in the Marine Corps, like it's how they influence and young Marines is to respect the tradition and to carry on the tradition of things.
And learning and like diving into the battles and like the warfare they used back then, the training they used, and we got carried over into like the new Marine Corps and what we use now is also crazy and how the developed warfare has changed over the past 300 or 200 something years.
Yeah, you're 100% correct with that. And yeah, so we'll be getting into that too in detail. We're gonna pick out some specific Marine Corps battles that really helped shape the Marine Corps and its stature today, and how those battles are highly regarded as the footprint. I want to say the footprints as like the foundations of the Marine Corps, what legitimized the
It
Marine
truly
Corps.
is. It is. Like when you're in, that's one thing you're drilled on, and it's like it makes you want to stand out. It's like learning the history,
Mhm.
like what like the Marine Corps did, like what the footsteps of people who wore a uniform before us, and like that made you like want to like stand taller and like fucking like wear that uniform more true. And I see that definitely in the Marine Corps. And I do in a lot of branches. Even like when you get out, like it's always like the typical Marine vet, like shit like
Yeah,
that. Like Marines are proud. Like they're a proud fucking branch.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
how it is.
That's just how it is, and we're gonna be extra proud that day on November
You're
10th, because
goddamn right.
like I said, not only is it the Marine Corps birthday, but it is also our 1 year anniversary here at the Rolling Vets podcast. So pretty exciting shit. On today's topic, though, we got a little bit into this prior to recording, and it's pretty exciting stuff because I'm writing a paper on it currently, or at least a branch of it, a subcategory of this, um, and it's something that you is literally a big part of your career. And we were talking about the influences and how it shaped us as kids and the stages of it as we were kids, and that's the fucking big, scary internet. We are talking about the internet and our experiences with the internet today here at the Rolling Vets podcast, and it's pretty exciting stuff. I gotta say, like the internet is a very scary place, and in our age group and our age demographic, like we are considered, what are we considered? We're considered Gen.
like not Gen Z
millennials
or
or
Gen X or something like that.
yeah, something like that. I
Something
don't know.
weird. I don't
But
know.
but longer story longer, shmee shma shmo. The internet, really big in the 90s, really took off in the early 2000s, and it's really shaped who we are as a people, how we communicate nowadays. And that's very important. But it is also a very, very dangerous place. Chris, why is it a very dangerous place?
Uh, the fucking dark web. The dark web
The dark web
is
makes it a
like,
scary place.
yeah, yeah. The dark web is like, imagine like there's like just a magical wall like in between your internet you have now and the internet you use.
Yeah.
The dark web, you have to use a special browser and do special things to get to the dark web. And it's a very bad place because if you hop on there with your computer, some hacker, you're like just like thrown to the fucking woods at that point. A hacker could hop on
Yeah.
your computer if you have anything saved on there, no matter what it is. Like there's stories of like hackers like finding videos of like dudes like with their wives and like fucking being like, hey, you send me $10,000 to this account, or it's just going everywhere, or they just already have access to your fucking credit card and they just fucking charge, max the fuck out, like, and you're fucked. For your
Yeah.
credit card, you probably obviously get your ass saved on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's fucked up things on there. You can like buy like body parts and shit. You can buy like anything you fucking want, pretty much. It's
Shit.
just fucking the mob.
Yeah, I mean, so and then there's some other dangers too, like besides the dark web, like just a lot of the privacy management aspect of it and how your data is collected. Like what can you say about that?
Well, so I work in the IT field, and I only work in like networks and stuff. But there's a whole different aspects in like writing code, and it's like just a whole section of itself. And what they do is they obviously like find a pattern that you correlate with, or like a path you like go with, and they'll do everything in their power to keep throwing shit at you that you like, that you see, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. So you keep watching it, you stay engaged longer, and then they track your stuff and they say, okay, he stays engaged fucking a half hour longer when he watches like the Steelers play on fucking Facebook than when he watches like a prank on Facebook. So they start fucking putting fucking football on your page and shit. That's what draws you in. And if you fucking get off the app, they want to get a way to keep you back on. It's also like a dopamine rush, and it's like I think it's a negative thing, and it's going to affect not just us in our daily lives and the way like we get our like, I don't know, like excitement or dopamine
Yeah.
rush, for the
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
I think it's going to affect our children because I mean, when we grew up and watched like Pokemon, I was a huge fucking fan of Pokemon. One scene would stay on the screen for like 30 seconds, and it would just be like them fucking doing shit on the screen.
Yeah.
And if you and I was watching like a kid show, and my nephew was over, and I was counting to myself. I kept getting flashes, and I maybe like look at it. I was looking at my phone. I kept looking. I looked up at it, and it was like red, orange, like all this other like bright fucking colors.
Yeah.
And I was counting in my head, dude. And every like 3 seconds, it would change. The screen would change to a different scene.
Yeah.
And I started watching. It was like hurting my fucking eyes watching this shit. And I was thinking to myself, like, how many fucking parents now are just putting that shit on? Oh, just put it on for the kid. Put it on TV for the kid. Like that shit. That shit's
Yeah.
crazy. That's gonna
That's a
be
good
crazy
point.
in the development of children these days.
Yeah, yeah. And you talked about a lot about the term is gratifications. The gratifications that you receive by using the internet, being on social media and specifically, um, the whole, and that's the utility of it. So in communications, we call this the utility and gratification theory, UGT. And what UGT is, and I'm not some fucking PhD doctor in this shit, okay? I'm just a fucking undergrad, but I pay attention in class, all right? So what UGT is especially applied in the social media sphere is the utility. So you find utility with it. So the utility of going on there, you're finding some purpose out of using social media. So whatever that purpose is, it's different for everybody. Some people use social media as a way to vent. Some people use it as a way to keep in touch with other people. Some people use it, everyone uses social media differently. So with the utility of it all, right? And then so what these apps and these websites, what they try to do is maximize that utility aspect of it to give you all these options for you to stay on, like you said, to stay on longer. And how do you keep them on there longer? You give them more things to do. So like Facebook, man, when we were growing up, dude, and Facebook started, bro, first of all, it was fucking MySpace, which was super dope. MySpace was amazing. You could change
You
you
customize your wall, bro.
customize your wall. You can
God.
you can change you can have a playlist, like you can change your whole profile, like the formatting of it, like everyone's
Was it like
profile is
the
like
top
set up
10 and
differently.
shit? Like if you were on
Yeah,
somebody's
yeah,
fucking top
yep.
10, you weren't
Top 10
shit.
friends and shit. Like you had Tom that was on there,
Yep.
and Tom wasn't posting any fuckboy shit, like just a real good time. Yeah, MySpace was just a real good time. And then Facebook just became like, I don't, it just became just cool, I guess, because it became like it was very simple, easy to use, user friendly kind of thing. I
Yeah.
would compare like Facebook would be like the iPhone compared to like MySpace would have been like an Android. Android, you can customize that shit every way from Sunday, and all these different like intricate things, but you have to be really savvy in those kind of things, which MySpace kind of required too, because you remember whenever if you had to change your like background or wallpaper, they had boxes where you had to put the codes in there. So you as an individual had to go find a correct code to make sure that that code was going to be the wallpaper that you wanted it to be. And then you copy and paste it into that box, into the text box on the profile, like, setup page or whatever on MySpace. And then you would hope that when you opened it up, that it didn't come out like a big bag of shit, and like you weren't looking at it like a shitty profile. Like you hope that it was as advertised on the other website. So like that was like a big thing. So yeah, the customers. But like the whole point is what I'm trying to make is like the utility aspect of it and how they try to maximize it. So by offering things like Facebook offers, like Facebook Marketplace. Now you could sell and buy shit on Facebook.
Oh, did I spend so much fucking time on Marketplace, bro? I'd be lowballing to
Exactly,
anybody.
exactly. So that's another utility of the app. Okay. And then
Yep.
you have, all the other aspects of Facebook, like the videos, the news, like all these different tabs that you can pages, all these different fuck groups, all these different things that you can grab or that you can click on that helps you stay or encourage you to stay on the app longer, right? So that's the utility side of it. The gratification side of this theory pertaining to social media in particular is having the option to not only comment but to like things. We no longer have to, like, as people, when we communicate online compared to when we communicate face to face, we no longer have to read body language to assume, to make an assumption, an educated guess that somebody likes something that you said. Like you had, like, when I'm talking to you about something, and like say we're talking about something that we both enjoy, so like fucking football, we're talking about football,
Yeah.
and say we were like meeting for the first time, we're just talking about football, or like I said, I give a point, I give a hot take in football, and you like agree to it. But like I'm not gonna know that you agree to it until you actually say like, hey, I agree with you. And if you don't just blatantly say, hey, I agree with you, I have to, as a human being, like basically decipher your body language to determine, okay, this person liked it or not, just by off your body language, right? You
Like
know that.
my hot take would be like the Steelers are gonna
uh,
whip the Bucks this week.
I'm gonna put a pin in that. We'll get back to that. I fucking promise.
I already bet on it failed to Fendo, bro. I already
Okay,
put money on
I'll
it.
put
Take
a
it to the
fucking
bank.
I'll put a fucking pin in it. We'll come back to that. But so, anyways, as I was saying, making me lose my fucking train of thought. Anyways, yeah, so all these different aspects that you could do for that. And then so like I would have to go through that entire process, that mental process of like deciphering you, like reading your body language and coming up to a conclusion with myself intrapersonally, to be like, okay, like this person like liked what I said. Like I received positive
Yeah.
feedback from you, that is, you no longer have to do that. That almost feels like unnecessary labor, because all you need now is just a like button. Boop. Just like that. I just let you know that I like that. Just as simple as that. And if I really liked it, or if I really didn't like it and I wanted to let you know, I can let you fucking know in the comment section, and we don't even need to have a conversation. We don't even need to have, small talk. We don't need to catch up on anything. I could just jump right into your fucking life and give you a piece of my fucking mind and leave just as
I
fast. And so,
I feel
so
like
that's the
that's a very
gratifications that
negative.
people.
I think that's a very negative thing, though. It's
Well,
that Facebook has like made society, I think, act a lot different now. Like back in the day, like if like you were my dad's age, like my dad was in high school and stuff, and like some of the shit people say to each other on Facebook, you said that to in person, like you just fucking fight. Like it would just be a fucking fight.
yeah,
But nowadays you have fucking like keyboard warriors, bro, who just like go in about anything, dude. It's like shit
yeah.
that like you would never say that to somebody's face.
People, yeah, people just don't say shit like. But that's the thing is like, it's not like they're saying anything different. They're saying
Yeah.
the same shit they would have said. It's just like permanent. It's like right there for everyone
You
to
think they
see.
would have actually said it if like they were like face to face though?
No, no, not a fucking chance.
No, no. I think like that's what's like,
But what to your point though, what is scary about what's another thing that's really scary about that is the fact that a lot of it nowadays, like those internet trolls, those keyboard warriors, fucking AI.
dude. You know something crazy? Uh, I think it's like 8 of the top 10 Christian pages on Facebook are like ran by like Russian trolling farms. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking it's wild. Like the fact that like a lot of it, like that's one of the big reasons that Elon Musk wants to go buy fucking, or was basically has to buy Twitter now. Is because he wanted to like eradicate a lot of like Twitter from a lot of these fake accounts, these robot accounts that are run by AI that are just there to just stir shit up, bro. Literally
So he's
just
still
to
buying it, right?
incite stuff. I'm not sure. I think he is.
I heard that
Hey,
he actually was
Jamie,
now.
Jamie, go
Yeah,
check that.
Jamie.
Yeah. We'll probably get
Fucking
sued. That's probably trademarked.
now, oh, the Jamie thing. That's how I know the fucking church fact, dude. I listen to Rogan all the time, dude. That's the
Yeah, dude.
shit.
I mean, he's the number one podcast in the world. How can you not
Yeah.
listen to
How
him?
can you
Like,
not?
I think
Oh, he just had one come out with Tulsi
I
Gabbard that
listened to it. I listened to it.
I
Yeah,
haven't
dude.
yet.
It
I
was
haven't yet. I'm
good.
excited.
It was
I'm listening
good.
to it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I
I fucking
mean,
love her, dude.
we can kind of fuck. We can then we later in the episode we can kind of get into that. But like, but it plays a huge role too because a lot of people, especially in the last couple of elections, like the last two elections, the internet played a big fucking role because there's, you had Russiagate, which was total bullshit. People thought that Russia was pushing all this fucking propaganda on the internet,
And
like
that ended up being
this
like
way the
fucking
election.
Hillary or some shit.
Yeah,
Or,
well, it
or
didn't
they
end up
showed that
being
like the
fucking.
no, the Obamas looked on Trump or some shit. What it ended up
Yeah, it was
being.
just a bunch of fucking bullshit. They ended
Yeah.
up finding out a lot of shit about themselves that they shouldn't have found out that got released,
Yeah.
rather than all the rest of the stuff. But so, but to think that that's how powerful that the fucking like that is very plausible that that's how powerful the fucking internet could be, that it can literally sway elections, and they do in a way that they do, like they're almost catered to your demographic, um cater to you geographically as well, because it's building that individual profile on you, that it's only giving you things that you want to see, that you're comfortable with, like you're not really challenging your ideas, which is
Yeah.
what the internet, when we were kids, if
Dude.
the internet did anything, dude, it challenged our ideas, bro. Like think about this shit that was on bum fights. Think about that, dude.
Oh,
Like
dude, I'm thinking back further than that. Like I remember when we unplugged our phone, plugged in our computer, and I remember I made my first Yahoo account. Like that's the first thing I remember. Like my mom was like, "We're gonna make you an email." I'm like, "What the fuck is an email?"
Yeah, dude. And I didn't, and my first email, like the name was stupid as shit. Like,
Dude, I
what?
still have my first email.
Fuck.
It's my name, Christopher, then my area code where I lived in at the time at yahoo.com. It's fucking simple as shit, bro. I've had that thing for fucking I don't know how many years.
Mine was fucking lame. Mine was a lame ass name. I had like two of them that were like really stupid, just really stupid names. Like almost
My
like
best
back
friend,
to back.
my best friend, his email was um bunny killer at like hotmail.com, but it was spelled like keeler. Like stupid.
That is pretty stupid. But yeah, man. So fucking. So yeah, that's how fucking crazy like hard shit was with the internet back then. But what the internet really did back then was challenge like our ideas of things, like our views. It challenged us as people, I think, because it was so raw that you could literally put anything on there. Two girls, one cup.
Oh
What the
fuck.
fuck, dude? Like but it was like because the internet was like even though it was still like enormous, in the scheme of things, like the internet like I can't even find a word to describe like how big the internet is, like as like almost like as a landscape in its own. But like it still felt very small back in that day, like it has been how big it was. It felt like you had that one video, which was the most viewed video on YouTube of that fucking dude doing like the dances through each generation. Like that was like the most
Yeah.
viewed video of all time. Everyone saw that fucking video. Everyone watched Kimbo Slice beat the shit out of somebody in his backyard.
Or
Eh,
like those funny videos back in the day would be like how animals eat food.
Yeah,
Those dudes on the
yeah, the
cardboard boxes.
stupidest, yeah, that shit, and it would just be like a bunch of just stupid videos, like cat and piano, like the whole like that like chocolate rain, like that fucking shit, dude. Like that was the internet back then. It was literally like a handful of fucking funny memes, a handful of fucking videos that
Dude,
everyone
the
saw
memes
all the
have
time.
changed so
Yeah,
much. I
yeah,
remember like
they have.
laughing at like the stupidest shit. I'll go back now. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, and you look back on it now, you're like, damn, like this meme sucked. Like, you're like, I found that fucking hilarious. Like, this shit's stupid. But like, yeah, like the big like the first memes to come out, like, and the first like videos, like rant, like fucking was it Rainbow Cat video, like stuff, like stupid shit
Yeah,
like that was out there. But like
dude.
the internet
Like,
felt very small. It felt like everything was just like right there that everyone was talking about, and then that
yeah.
was it. And now, dude, I feel like it's so overwhelming now. I feel like
I
it's
feel.
so
Well,
overwhelming.
I feel like it's became so overwhelming because I remember my first phone was like a walkie-talkie phone, like a Boost Mobile. I click
Yeah,
click and I can like.
The Sprint one.
No,
Was it
mine was a Boost Mobile.
yours was Boost Mobile?
It was all white, dude. I fucking thought that was the coolest motherfucker out there, bro. I could walkie talkie my mom anytime I wanted to.
Yeah.
But and it went from that to like getting like the full keyboard phones
Yeah.
to getting. I remember my first touchscreen phone. It was like a Delve, like LG something,
Yeah.
and I was like, this whole fucking screen I can touch.
Yeah.
Like that was crazy when that first came out. 'Cause, like the Razor was like the hottest fucking phone when that like
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
that other shit came
Yep.
out. So think
Yep.
about going from a Razor where you can't fucking like it's just like oh fuck yeah to a full touch screen phone, dude.
Yeah. Life
That shit.
changing, dude.
That yeah. Now these kids, dude, they grow up and they have like they're 2 years old and have a tablet in the front. Like they don't even fucking know, dude. They don't even fucking
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. They didn't have to use their imagination. And like that's a big part of it too is,
Yeah.
the internet, it allows you to be so creative, yet I think it still somewhat kind of puts constraints on create like imagination, I think.
Well,
That
I
would
feel
be a
like
very bold
also.
statement.
Oh, I would say this. I feel like I'm just gonna flip flop real fast for a second. I feel like right now is the easiest time ever to like become successful. Like you have every tool like on the internet. Like if you want to like look up how to fucking I don't know like build your own fucking house, I guarantee you can look on YouTube and find a walkthrough of how to build your own fucking house.
Yeah.
Like everything is right there. Like if I ever need to do something and I don't know how to do it, I just literally go to fucking YouTube and search up like
Yeah.
how to take a fucking belt off of fucking this type of lawnmower, like or some stupid shit like that. Like it's right there. It's right there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. But
That is
like,
crazy.
and people aren't even like they're not using it for the right. I feel like it started off as a tool, but now it's for gratification.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's still a huge part that use it as a tool for sure. There's a huge aspect of people. I feel like the majority of people are so influenced by everything they see, and it's that
Mm.
constant gratification. It's always green with like when it comes like to like American politics, like if you're left leaning left, you're only gonna see shit that benefits you. If you're leaning right, you're only gonna see shit that benefits you, and it's just gonna
Mm.
make you like hate the other party or like only believe in like certain ideas. And I feel like that's been a very negative aspect. That's kind of escalated radically in the past like fucking like 5 years. Like honestly,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think so. My one of my professors has a really good theory about that, um, where he thinks that places like Twitter, especially like Twitter and other places where you can share your opinion and stuff, because of how like, fucking volatile those places are now, for people to share their opinions, that it's gonna go like basically almost backwards again, or like in a cycle where people are going to go to find more, they're going to find very smaller platforms, that are going to fit like their ideology better. So like they're going to leave like the big ones and they're going to go to like smaller ones, and it's going to kind of go back to like chat rooms. Like you remember how like chat rooms were kind of like themed, like they were like chat rooms
Yeah.
for everything. It's gonna go back to something very similar to that, is what he's theorizing. But I mean, I can kind of see that, but it is pretty astonishing to see like how the internet can be used as a tool for like, to be decisive and shit, like, or divisive and some shit, like it's pretty insane to see the influence that people have on the media, like especially like internet media.
It's crazy to see the amount of like influence the media has over just the general public alone.
Oh, don't, yeah, that's a whole nother
Like that,
episode in itself,
like
dude. I don't
that's
get me started on that.
oh yeah, like
Yeah.
it's fucking ridiculous. It really is. And even like social media is like the same, just a different media outlet at that point. Like you're obviously seeing stories pop up on Facebook all the time, and even independent news sources are even like hard to even watch because if they go against one opinion, that shit gets
Yeah.
kicked off.
Yeah, yeah. So and
False
there's like a
information.
yeah, there's a difference on like, okay, I might, but I don't want to like dive like to get into it, but I feel like I have to now. So let me learn you motherfuckers up on some fucking news, all right? Some fucking media shit, all right? This is how this shit works. And maybe, I might be fucking, sounding redundant to somebody who knows about this shit, but hear me out. So you have different types of fucking news media companies, right? You have your corporations, you have your independent, and you have your publicly funded. Okay. Those are like your big three right there. So like publicly funded, you're talking about CBS, NPR. Big corporations, you're talking about Fox, MSNBC, CNN. Independent, you're thinking like Vice is on the verge of becoming a corporation, but you're thinking like Vice. You're thinking I'm trying to think of some other ones. Maybe The Guardian. I think some other ones are some smaller ones are technically still independent, right? And the thing is, the unfortunately in America, well, luckily nowadays, it's gone down since the 2016 like 2020 elections. Basically, he mastered media, and so a lot of people were glued to their fucking TVs because he was literally on 24 fucking 7, because these corporations would not stop fucking talking about him. And it's their fault, because what he really did in essence was point at the fucking media and show them how fucking, hypocritical they are about shit, and how they just regurgitate propaganda. And that's both the right and the left. Like if you're fucking right wing, you should not be watching fucking Fox News. I'm telling you right now. If you're left wing, you should not be watching MSNBC or fucking CNN or fucking any of those other ones. You should not be watching something that caters to your fucking views. I'm not saying go out and challenge your views. I'm just saying there are better companies that are going to give you more like unbiased news. Breaking points on fucking Spotify, that's a good one. You want unbiased shit, because when you're getting your fucking news from CNN, from MSNBC, from Fox News, like that's all corporations. They make a profit off advertising. The product in that exchange is you. The only reason
Yeah, that shit's on
advertisers,
Facebook, and every
yeah,
click they get money for. When you click
every
it, that's why
look,
there's an ad that pops up.
check your fucking Facebook feed and check your fucking timeline. I guarantee you it's every three posts of somebody, every third one. Every third post is a fucking advertisement, guaranteed. Check that
No.
shit right now. Fact check me. And so like they advertisers obviously wouldn't fucking pay these companies because corporations they're not going to make money on like by themselves as like as news media companies. There's no product that they sell. The product that they sell is you. As long as they have people fucking, as long as they have people on their fucking channel watching their shit, advertisers will pay them money to keep you on that channel or for you to
See,
potentially spend money for that
on
advertising.
I heard a statistic that's actually fucking mind blowing on the JRE. Said that like 75% of all like TV commercials are pharmaceutical. And there's only two countries I think that allow
Yeah.
pharmaceutical TV ads, and it's the US. I think it's Norway is the second
New
one.
Zealand.
New Zealand? Okay, I think it
Yeah.
was an
Yeah.
N one. But that's fucking ridiculous. 75. So if you're watching TV, 75%. And we only watch TV like when football's on. Other than that, we're
Yeah.
like watching like Hulu or fucking like
Yeah,
not like
which is
buy
crazy
TV,
because
but
we'll pay more for multiple streaming apps than we will for cable because it actually turns out to be more than what you pay for cable.
yeah, it is. It's true.
Yeah,
Fuck. I mean, if you want to pay for direct TV and then an NFL ticket, you're already talking like $200 a month right there.
yeah,
So like,
yeah,
why don't you just pay for a few apps, you know?
yeah, exactly.
But we were watching football, and it seemed like like two out of three commercials were like Pfizer commercials that were pharmaceutical ones, not the regular one. Like out of the pharmaceutical ones, two out of three were fucking Pfizer, and one of them now that the commercial was is like a new medicine they're selling for when you get COVID. And
Oh yeah, I
they're
saw
like
that.
even if you test positive and you're not feeling symptoms, you should still take our medicine. They want
Yeah,
you to just keep fucking. They're making so much fucking money right now. Like,
yeah, yeah. So that I mean that's a whole fucking that's a whole other episode too that we could get into is like how people they were so willing to trust these companies that probably killed so many people in their lives with the opiate crisis, and like the opioid crisis. Like, dude, it's fucking crazy how fast people were willing to trust pharmaceutical companies, which is
well,
like big
so
pharma is like the worst thing. It's like one of the worst things that's ever happened to like the United States or just the world in general. And people were so willing to run to them and be like, "Yeah, fucking give me a vaccine, like put it in my body, like no fucking trials, no tests, just do it." Like what? Like that it
the
still
crazy
blows my
shit
mind.
of like that is like the all the like information that's came out about like young boys getting like a heart disease. I forget the name of it, but like it never's happened in the past. The cases were like really low, but now all of a sudden like it's only like young boys like doing sports. That's why you see like so many like soccer players like fucking just drop fucking dead in the middle of the fucking field.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy. It's not.
Yeah, dude.
It wasn't fucking tested. It wasn't. There's no actual clinical trial done on it. People were just
Yeah.
oh, I'm still gonna eat like shit. I'm still not gonna work out. Which if you eat right and work out, and you got COVID, you would have been probably 99.999% chance of fucking living. But then when
Yeah.
you stick some foreign like substance in their fucking body, they have no idea what's gonna do to them.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And unfortunately that's like one of those byproducts of like misinformation. Misinformation and like censorship because anyone who kind of spoke up about that was like getting punished and fucking, getting and I guess punished in the sense of like you were getting like banned off like platforms.
Yep.
And like that's a very powerful thing that the fucking internet can do. Like people who hold the power in the internet like are on the internet. It's crazy, man. It's like you can literally silence people because that's like as much as the internet has given people a voice, it's also worked as a way to silence other people. And it's still used as a tool like any other tool. You can use it in a very positive way and you can use it very maliciously. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that use it very fucking maliciously. And unfortunately, those people, are some of them are qualified enough to put AI on there. And some of the AI can act out there fucking maliciously as well and stir up a
Well,
bunch of fucking problems.
I think that's something that everybody needs to like look at their self and like because like I'm gonna be 100% honest. I would argue with motherfuckers on Facebook. I did not give a fuck.
Oh, I
I was
know. I remember seeing your
I was one of those
angry
dude,
post,
and
dude.
then I remember and eventually I just remember being like it doesn't fucking matter that much. Like it doesn't fucking matter
Yeah.
to me. Like it doesn't fucking
Yeah.
matter. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
like Facebook is, and I realized that when I started seeing so much shit, it just always pissed me off. Everything I see on Facebook, like for like a week straight, it was just pissed me off. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, every time I go on Facebook, I'm mad.
Yeah.
Then I remember like a fucking oh fuck moment, like oh fuck, these motherfuckers got me. Like I'm in this fucking cycle. I'm in this fucking like rabbit wheel,
Yeah.
and I fucking just, dude, done. Like I stopped doing that shit. I'll post memes and shit all the fucking time, and if somebody like tries to argue with me on it, I'll just delete the post. I don't fucking care much to argue anymore.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
so childish to me, like argue on Facebook. It's like I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not gonna fucking do it anymore. I'm
Exactly.
not gonna stoop that fucking low anymore.
Yeah.
I'll troll people. Like I'll fucking troll somebody. Like if they fuck with me a little bit, like
Yeah.
on my own, like football. Like I'll fucking troll on football all the time. Like oh yeah, like you're like the Steelers gonna with the Bucks. Like I'm already putting it out there. It's like I already made the parlay. All right, Kenny P's taking us to the
Oh
bowl.
my god,
Like
dude.
that shit I'll fucking joke around with, but like I
You
can't
realize it, you
fucking do
realize
it
it's
anymore.
Kenny P versus basically Todd Bowles. So let's just put that a rookie quarterback against one of the greatest defensive minds in the history of the NFL. That's all I'm going to say about that for right now. So
Hey,
gonna put gonna
so
put the gonna put the pin back in there. Gonna put the pin back in there, and we'll revisit
all
it.
right, well Matt Canada is our offense coordinator, and I think he
Uh,
is the largest pile of shit that has ever coached in the NFL. So
yeah, so we're gonna
Kenny
have.
P's got to take us home. Kenny P's got to do it. He got to do it himself.
You best believe we'll definitely be texting. We'll definitely be texting back and forth for sure in that game.
I wish Watt would come back. That would be a good game
I
to have
don't.
Watt back.
Nah, yeah, it would be, but unfortunately, it's not.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are gonna throw over us because Watts. Like, we cannot apply pressure now. We can't. Fucking the goddamn Tom Brady, bro. Just fuck you, man. Fuck you. Bucks. You already got Super Bowl, bro. You know how many Super Bowls Tom Brady has taken from the Steelers? All right, let's get out of this.
Yeah,
Let's go.
before you get angry,
Fuck Tom Brady. Nah, I love watching him. Like I really do. It's like I think I'm just knowledge and greatest at this point. Like you
it's
got to
art,
admit
dude. It's
he's the,
art, man.
I
It's
feel like
art.
we're gonna be like the our parents how they like watch Michael Jordan play. Like
Yep,
everybody's like he's the greatest of all time. Like
exactly.
it's
Yeah,
like we got to watch Tom Brady play. Like
yeah,
that's gonna be shit. I'm gonna like tell my son. So
yeah, yeah,
he'll probably have
yeah,
some homo by then. It's fucking doing good.
yeah, dude. Fucking like I think we had a pretty good. We were alive in a pretty decent time, man, to witness some pretty great things, some pretty pivotal things. I think of people, older people, so like people in their 80s, man. They've lived through a lot, dude. They've lived through fucking, like a couple wars, fucking civil rights movement, fucking gay rights movement, fucking shit. Like, dude,
Not
everything,
just
anything out
that,
of
just
Viet,
a
like,
culture change too.
yeah, all of it, dude.
Like
Yeah,
imagine.
fucking segregation, like Jim Crow South to like, I mean, it's the South
Well,
is
I'm not saying
still South, but
that's a long ass time ago. I'm talking about if
people
my
like who are 80 like have lived through that shit,
oh
man.
no, I'm not saying I'm saying like our parents' age. Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
even what they fucking like the imagine the change that they seen. They seen the first telephone come out. Like
yeah.
that
Well, I
shit's the
mean,
first computer.
the
Oh,
first
not first computer.
telephone,
Wasn't that like the 70s or 80s or 90s?
the telephone.
No, like cell phone.
Oh, cell phone. Oh, you
Oh,
said telephone.
did I say to all right? Well, you
Yeah,
motherfucker, that's
I was
just as
about to
my
say. I was about to
pulling
say
out a fucking
telephone. That would have been That would have been totally different. Um, yeah. So cell phones came out and like, well, I guess, do you call like the big ass brick ones? Do you call that a cell phone? I don't think you call that a cell phone.
1983. 1983 for cell phone.
Okay, I guess that's a cell phone then. I guess the big ass one they call that a cell phone.
So that's what I'm saying. Like imagine like having no other way to communicate than like a fucking phone at your house to be able to like be driving in your car and be like, "What's up, man?" That's
Yeah.
crazy. Now we can just like fucking stare at a screen and see your face
Well,
from
now
thousands of miles
the
away.
whole fucking world is right here in your hands. Like
Yep.
the whole fucking world. Like it's pretty crazy. Like, and I was talking to one of Carolyn's like family members, and she's young, and um she's in high school, and I was like, don't you ever want to put that thing down and like experience like the world around you? And she's like the whole world. I could touch the whole world right here. And I was like, you have a fucking point. Like you do have a point. Like you're like, I can't even argue with that because that's entirely true. Like you
but
can touch the whole world with your phone. Like it's
but you
the
can't
internet.
experience the whole world with your phone because
No, and you
like
can't.
I
Yeah.
look at pictures from like when we were in Hawaii, and I look at the picture and I'm like, that does not give it justice because I flashback to that memory of like standing on the beach looking over the mountains and being like I
Yeah.
remember that's one thing I never took for granted. I would see the mountains and just be like, fuck, like I'm in fucking Hawaii right now. Like this shit's fucking awesome. These
Yeah.
mountains are fucking beautiful. So like I feel like people are gonna well, that goes into what fucking we started talking about before the episode started. I feel like at some point you're gonna be able to put on a pair of glasses, strap yourself onto like a fucking mat that moves,
Hmm.
and like fucking turn on and like
Yeah.
open a door and be in Tokyo. You could be on like Shibuya Square where like all the people like walk across every day, like over a million people,
Yeah.
and like just be an avatar, like just walking around Tokyo. Then boom, you open their door and being fucking on the Great Wall of China and fucking walk down that shit, experience that. Like you're actually really like live right there. That that's fucking a mind fucking in its own.
Yeah, it is like the virtual, like you're basically becoming like the movie Surrogates. Like you have like a being that is like that is in that your avatar, that's going to be moving in this virtual world that is mimicking the like actual world. Um, it's a pretty scary concept because then it's going to encourage people not to have something that's very what I find is very very vital, and that is face to
Human
face.
interaction.
Yeah, human interaction, like face to face interaction, and it's in face to face communication because humans like in general like we're like we have herds,
But
we
let me dive a little deeper before you get into that.
yeah.
Imagine you get to the point where you can go to your job, your kids can go to school, and we already have food delivery to your front door. How
Yeah.
how much of a social interaction like disadvantage would that be for like the entire population? That would cause I don't know, fucking that's crazy to think about. I can't fucking I don't know. Dude, that's fucking crazy. That shit can happen. That shit can happen.
Yeah, yeah, you can do anything. You can do anything from you eventually you'll be able to do anything from your house. Why even have people but I don't know because it's like you're gonna have to do obviously do stuff like you're gonna obviously I think of like kind of like like Blade Runner, cyberpunk, like that kind of stuff, that futuristic like noir kind of vibe. I kind of think of those cities, and I mean there's still a lot of people out and about like walking around and
Dude,
shit. And
but that's a movie, bro. When I think about like real life right here, I think about like how many people the average civilian you think will like all right, civilian, sorry, like would work out on like a normal basis. How like what 5 out of 10 population United States works out? I think
yeah,
it's less than that. I think it's like probably 1 out of 10, maybe 2 out of 10.
yeah, probably, I don't know.
And the food we eat is like fucking just disgusting fast food. I mean, you can go through McDonald's and get fucking pink paste fucking served to you. And
Yeah,
fucking all
good
this
shit.
nasty shit,
Yeah,
dude. Dude, that's
yeah.
not good for you, bro. Like
Look
we're
at
finding
these. Oh, so
microplastics.
good.
We're finding fucking microplastics in our food. Like microplastics in our bloodstream now, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's great. It's fucking metal in it.
Man, we're all fucked.
We all are fucked, but it's okay because I'm pretty confident we're gonna be gone before we get too fucked. I like that
You
our
think fucking
generation,
Putin's gonna lay the fucking bomb on us?
bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have been like mad stressing that lately. Like, I don't usually get worked up about stuff like that, but what I get worked up about are two things. The first thing is to go back to the media aspect. Pay attention. Go on the news. Go to every fucking news channel. Not one of them are speaking out against the war in the Ukraine, saying that we should not fucking be there. Not one news network is
Smaller news networks
very,
are.
very smaller ones, very, very small ones. Not so none of the big ones are, which are the ones
No.
that everyone fucking, watches, millions of people watch. And you should be very wary whenever there is a mutual agreement or all the news companies are in unison. That's very, if all the news companies are saying the same fucking thing in the same fucking way, you
Yeah.
should be scared. And so they're saying that about the Ukraine, and they're trying to silence people who are speaking out about the fucking proxy war that we're running in the Ukraine, which is fucking asinine. So that's one problem I have with it. And the second problem I have with it, this kind of goes back to the media aspect as well, is the fact that not only are they all fucking, saying the same shit, but because they're saying the same shit, they are not putting enough emphasis on the fact of how fucking close we are to a nuclear holocaust. I don't like in the 80s they had the doomsday clock, like 2 minutes to fucking midnight. Bitch, we are like 100 seconds, legitimately 100 seconds from midnight right now. And midnight is the end of the fucking world. Think about that for a second.
I remember sitting in the S2 vault, and they had like some statistics on there and shit, like accounts of like how many bombs and shit that each country had, and like just looking at that and seeing the amount of nukes that America, China, and Russia had combined is astronomical. It's insane. You could end the world like 100 times over with how many nukes are we have right now. And
Yeah.
I don't think that people understand. It's like if like they don't understand true violence. I don't think people today understand actual true violence and like what humans are capable of. And just looking back like 300 years ago, like that's like three people ago. Like people
Three
like
people ago.
dude,
You
dude,
may
but
Do you measure distances by like dick size too? Because that's
yeah,
basically what that's equivalent to. Like 3 people ago, like one of those
dude,
one of those people could have like lived until they were like 18
100.
and 18 and then got hit by a bus or something. Like
Hey,
three
hey,
people ago.
my goal is 100.
That's
I hit
like you
100.
could you could say like 3 generations ago, but you can't say a
Three
hundred
decades.
years.
No, not three
You can't say a
decades.
hundred years and be like, oh, like 3 generations ago. I don't know. I'm not sure if 100 years
Three
would be.
generations. No, that's a lot shorter than fucking three people. No, that is three people.
That is 3 people. That's equivalent to 3 people.
I was thinking
A hundred
years.
pounds
I
of
was thinking.
fat.
I
That's
was
100 pounds of feathers and 100 pounds of
no.
brick.
I was thinking like 300 years for three people, and I'm like three generations aren't fucking 300 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, all right,
I
man.
don't know. I don't know. I'm confused.
300 years ago,
Yes.
people probably got fucking stabbed with fucking spears, and somebody would see that shit and probably wouldn't give. I don't fucking know how long ago was that.
They're probably a lot longer than 300 years ago. We had
I
fire. We still
guarantee
have firearms
in a
300 years
different
ago.
country. All right, yeah, but I feel like death is a lot more like I don't know uncommon now. Like you don't see that. Like people grow old. Is what I'm
You're kind
saying.
of removed from it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're removed from it.
it's
Yeah,
just the comfort of like civility, basically, like the
because I
comfort
feel
of
like shit was
civilization.
dangerous back then. Like like somebody could get sick and fucking like you get sick and fucking die. Like that shit would
Yeah,
happen back then.
yeah,
Like now we have so much medicine and shit that like you're fucking obviously good.
yeah. So what's your point?
I remember what I was talking about, dude. What were we talking about?
Oh my
All I
god.
remember saying three people ago.
Yeah, that's all I remember you saying was 3 people ago, to be honest with you. I don't even fucking
I don't
vaguely
remember.
remember
I
like
don't
where you
remember.
were going with that, to be honest with you. Like I guess we were talking about, I don't even know what we were talking about now because of like I had to listen to all of that. It's like I award you no points and may God have mercy on your soul.
Fucking 10 points Gryffindor. All right.
Yeah. Shit, man. But fuck. Yeah, I guess on that note, we'll fucking.
Oh, the world fucking getting over violence.
Oh, violence, 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 violence.
Dude,
Yeah, okay. Nuclear
I feel like Putin
holocaust.
would
How
push
could
it.
we forget? Yes, yes.
The nuclear I feel like Putin would push it though. I feel like he like would get backed into a corner. I heard he has cancer. Not sure if that's true or not.
Conspiracy theories,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So the dangerous thing about that is that nobody's taking them seriously, and realizing like if we keep poking this fucking bear, like hell will be paid, like it's very unfortunate that it's things have gotten to this point and that people are like not enough people are speaking up against the proxy war in Ukraine. Like nobody's asking important questions, that should be asked when regarding stuff like this. Like it's and as of like right now, like the Ukrainian military have asked for even more weapons and even different types of weapons. And at this point, it's just like Jesus Christ, their hands are just constantly out. Like, hey, what else can
Like,
you give us? What
yeah,
else can you give us?
we're funding the war right now.
100%. Like us and some other
Yeah,
countries are funding the war, and and some of those other countries that are helping out too are very hawkish, so they want to kind of like they want to promote like a full on conflict with with Russia because they have
how do
hard
you feel
feelings
about
towards
that? How
Russia.
do you feel about military aid to Ukraine? Do you agree with it?
No, 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 no. I
Well,
don't agree with any of it. I'm a very like I guess if I was to have pick an ideology that came regarding like American foreign policy, I would say I'm very much isolationist. Like I feel like we should really there's a lot of things at home that we could fix. There's a lot
dude,
of things that
I'm
we
the
could
same
focus
way. I don't think people
here.
understand how much $1 billion is.
Yeah.
Like
Or
I,
trillion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
well, no, just
fucking,
just 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 put it in taxes form because this money is coming from
yeah.
like we're paying for it.
Yeah, we're paying for the Ukraine right
Yeah,
now. Like
yeah.
why? I
So
don't owe those
how
motherfuckers
many
anything.
people you think would it take to pay $1 billion, like regular workers? Because people got to get like taxes construed, like I guess the top 10%, and
Yeah, man.
makers make like they
Shit.
pay like 75% of all
It's
taxes.
a lot of motherfuckers, I tell you that. A
Yeah,
lot of
like,
motherfuckers.
but that's fucking crazy. Like we like everybody can pay taxes for their entire life and still not equal $1 billion.
Yeah, dude, it's wild.
They said that like what, like 50, 54 or 44, some shit like that.
I haven't looked
That's
at any I
crazy.
haven't looked at any of the numbers because I don't want to be appalled. I don't want to ruin my day because
And
like
you
obviously
know that
there's so
money's
much
not all
fucking
going
it's
to
not,
help.
dude. Everyone
It's
knows how
not.
corrupt the Ukraine is, dude. Everyone knows
That's
that you
filling
like
pockets.
yeah, like there's so many hands in that cookie jar along the way that it's so fucking mind-boggling. And I just how like I don't just how adamant we are as like the United States to fuck it just to be involved in this shit and and to say and in the to spill this fucking garbage that like oh this was unprovoked like this was like
Oh my.
the
Like
Ukraine
all right,
yeah
fucking
like
Putin's a
all this
psycho
stuff.
motherfucker, but like
Um,
he has been saying for decades like stop expanding NATO like towards me.
yeah,
And like we just wouldn't stop. Like, all right, you have an enemy. Why the fuck are you gonna keep doing what he's telling you not to fucking do?
and
And
then
then when he
try
gets mad,
yeah
you're like, oh, what the fuck?
and try to flip the Ukraine too, and like like that's a big fucking deal, and like people don't understand, like oh, like Russia's so unprovoked, like whoa, I'm like, or the Ukrainians, it was unprovoked, like no, the fuck it was no, like he dished out warnings over the course of years before actually
Yeah.
fucking invading in this country, so invading Ukraine, I should say, so that's something to keep in mind, a lot of misinformation about that, so. Like lastly about that is we have to really start taking this seriously. We have to really start like considering the possibility that this dude could use like nuclear warfare because if we keep going down this path, bro, like I can't see like where it ends because the Ukrainians don't want to give up. They don't want they're not going to give up.
So I feel like, all right, I don't know. I'm just probably fucking biased, but I feel like that America is the most powerful country in the world. When it
Yeah.
comes down to it, I think America. I feel like America is the most powerful country in the world. We have the most resources. Like we run this shit for now, and the administration we have right now with Biden and Harris, I think we have never. If we look at it from like an actual fucking tactical advantage, we have never looked weaker. We have a dude who can't form sentences running our country. why would Putin not want to attack her? If he was ever going to do it, why would he not want to do it? Because
It can't.
he would have never done it when Trump was in office.
Yeah,
I mean,
but they,
he never from a tactical advantage. He would be like, why the fuck would I? I'll just wait 4 years till you're gone.
dude, they're getting their fucking asses kicked by like a second-rate military over there. And yeah, they have our guns and shit, but like Ukrainian, like their fucking military wasn't that well trained. Like their citizens are obviously not well trained.
No,
Um, so I mean, they're benefiting a lot of like off of us now because of it, but like Russia's still getting their fucking asses kicked over there, and it's pretty sad. So like, there's no way that I think the Russians would even fucking Putin would even think about attacking the United States. We
oh
would
no no no
literally
no 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 no
fucking
no.
steamroll them.
If he was gonna attack, I'm not saying he would attack the United States. I'm saying that if we had a leader in office right now that could form sentences,
Yeah,
I'm not saying it had to be Trump. Like I don't think there'd be plenty of people that could run that position in a respectful, like and like command themselves, to like run shit. And if like Putin knows that America won't be against them if Biden was in, Biden's not going to make that move. Biden doesn't have that. I don't know that like uh, just looking for
killer
tackle. Yeah,
killer
I mean,
instinct.
yeah, for real. I mean, think about like if fucking like even our last presidents. I feel like Trump obviously wouldn't let that shit happen. I feel like Obama wouldn't let that shit happen. Even though I think there was an attack when Obama was in office on Ukraine from Russia.
2014.
Yeah,
Well, it was like the Crimea Peninsula.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like America's weak, right? Like our representatives are weak, and we look weak. And if I was another country that fucking hated America, right now would be the time that I'd want to like move forward on some operations.
yeah, yeah. But shit, man, we should not get involved. Nobody else should get involved. If
No,
anything,
we
we should be
shouldn't.
trying
We
to
shouldn't.
de-escalate the whole fucking thing. There's so many like consequences and implications that are gonna come from this that they're not the odds of this. The Ukrainians don't want to give up until there's a regime change in Russia. The Russians don't want to give up until there's a regime change in the Ukraine. So like you run into the dilemma of like both those fucking countries are not going to do any of those things,
Yeah,
like they're not going to do that. So at what end, when does it end? At what point does Putin draw the line and be like, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna withdraw, like it's not worth it, or
I don't think he will, man.
I'm gonna use nukes on these motherfuckers, or he implements a total war aspect and he ends up like he mobilizes the full might of Russia against fucking the Ukraine. And that would be fucking something because at that point I don't think Ukrainians stand a chance. But
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna stop. I think he's gonna keep going until I think he knows that he has the resources and he has the military. Like he doesn't give a fuck about how many troops he loses. He doesn't. He doesn't
yeah,
fucking care.
yeah.
So he's just gonna keep. I think he's just gonna keep eating away. And what he's doing at the same time too is another tactical advantage is he's just pulling more money from America. Like
Yeah,
America's
but
funding a war
he
that he
doesn't
probably
he
doesn't give a
doesn't
fuck
care.
about.
He doesn't care, but his people will care. And that's something
Yeah,
to keep an eye on because like ultimately like if enough of them rally together, like they can overthrow the regime themselves. And like then the Russians, man, they're going to have to fucking figure it out from ground zero again. Seems like those motherfuckers can't get it right over there, but like they just end up putting fucking really bad people in power. I don't know what it is. The Russians have an affinity for the bad guy, I guess. So, um, or at least in the American perspective, obviously, I'm saying
yeah.
that as a fucking American that has been, brainwashed since a kid to know that Russia is
And
bad
I'm
and
proud to be an American.
exactly, Semper Fi, do or die, pair silent in July. But
Super fast.
so yeah, it's fucking. I've been brainwashed to think that Russia is like, the fucking ultimate bad guy, the Marvel villain
Yeah.
of the world. So, uh, yeah, just a de-escalation would be nice. A de-escalation would be real nice. So, yeah, let's just put the big toys away. Let's Put on the big boy pants. Let's shake on some, agreement, some diplomacy, and
They
let's
get
call
half
it
of
a
Ukraine.
fucking day. Yeah, like
Give them half Ukraine.
yeah, let's compromise here for the sake of the world. And there's some other implications too to think about. Like, what's to get him to fucking, like, I don't think Putin would invade like another country. Like, if say he conquers Ukraine, and nobody physically fucking or like, puts boots on the ground, because if you put boots on the ground, he's threatening nuclear war. So say like, you could just use that card all the time you want it. Just be like, no, I'm gonna go invade this country now. And yeah, if you guys fucking come after me, I'm just gonna nuke you. So you either have to choose between let me take this country or the end of humanity. So what's worth more to you? And I'm
And
gonna
then
go do
somebody
that now.
assassinates him in Russia.
Well, that's a crazy thing. But if we've seen anything about Russia, like to our point, is like you cut one bad guy's head off, another a bad guy fucking fills his place,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Bad guy fills his place. So that's what we're gonna be having to deal with, and we'll keep you guys fucking. I mean, I'm not gonna keep up on the news. This ain't a fucking news
No.
podcast. Go get your fucking news on one of those places. I tell you, go get your fucking news. Some independent companies. Follow some independent journalists that are doing really good work.
Stay
Do
off
your fucking
Facebook.
research. Yeah, stay off Facebook. Like I said, Breaking Points on Spotify. I think they're on YouTube too. That's a fucking great place to start getting your mainstream stuff now that it's unbiased. They're gonna bag on fucking Democrats, they're gonna bag on fucking Republicans, they're gonna give you the real fucking news, real shit journalism, what the news was always supposed to be. I feel like they should pay me for that. But yeah, just be very mindful of what you're consuming on the media, and on the internet, and what you're doing on the internet. Like, protect your privacy, like understand your what they call your digital footprint, very important shit. And obviously very important to keep in the back of your mind that, hey man, we all might get fucking nuked here pretty soon.
Nothing you can
Well,
do about it.
nothing you can really do about it. But I mean, if you're in a spot in America it's not too badly affected. Fuck. I mean, hats off to you. It's gonna be like Fallout, like the video game. It's gonna be like Mad Max, fucking Book of Eli type shit. So uh good luck, if that fucking happens. Like but any closing thoughts, Chris?
Uh, just trying to look to diverse ourselves a little bit and add some different backgrounds. So if you know anybody who wants to come on, look for all branches. Hopefully, Space Force, requesting Space Force. Just kind of curious, like what's your boot camp like? Is it Air Force still? I don't know,
I don't know. We
but
probably could. We probably
yeah,
could.
yeah.
We dug a
But
little. Yeah.
reach out to a friend, tell them what's up, tell them listen to the Rolling Vets podcast, tell them go get a Modelo, take a cold shower,
Take a cold
fucking,
shower.
and take it easy.
Take it easy. Good shit, man. Good fucking shit. Well, here we are. You stuck with us all the way to the end. We thank you for listening. We want our listeners to know that if your pack becomes too heavy, don't drop it. Veterans Crisis Hotline can be reached at 1-800-273-8255. If you'd like to enjoy more content, don't forget to subscribe, Semper Fi, and keep rolling on.
I love you, man.
All right, love you too, dude. Take it easy, yeah?
Take it easy.